What the fuck is up, YouTube? Back with another banger. And today, I'm going to be talking about, should you be religious? Do I think that you should be religious? Obviously, this is a very deep topic and very personal to some people. And I don't mean to offend anybody if you're very religious by making this video. I'm just a guy. I'm just talking. I'm not an expert on anything. I'm just a guy. I have thoughts. And this is what I think about. So, should you follow a religion? So, first I'm going to talk about, is God real? And actually, before that, I'm going to talk about my background with religion, because I think it's important for you guys to understand where I'm coming from. So, I was raised a Lutheran Christian. I was baptized. I was confirmed in 8th grade into the church. And I started really thinking about this probably 2-3 years ago. And I started having my own thoughts about it probably within the past 6 months. Excuse me. Still a little bit sick. But so that's my background on religion. Do I think that God's real? I think that there's something. So yes, whether it's God or we're in a simulation, I'll get to that, or whatever the fuck it is, God is real to an extent. But I think that everything is just psychedelics. And I think also, if you're atheist, hear this video out, do psychedelics, because I don't think that if you're atheist and you've done psychedelics, I feel there's just no way, dude. You just have to know. Do psychedelics, take some mushrooms, some LSD, some DMT even. Just fucking trip. Just trip. And think about God and the universe. Because when you trip, there's this very interconnectedness feeling. It's you just get this feeling that everything in the universe and everyone is connected. And it is. It's because they're all made of the same shit. If you can break everything down scientifically, we can prove that everything is made of the same shit. We know that. Subatomic particles and shit. And so, that makes sense to me. What makes sense to me is what we can prove. I'm very, fact-based. All my opinions are based on fact. It means I'm never, ever wrong. Fortunately, I am never wrong. So just keep that in mind while you're watching this video. It's your boy Johnny Sheets, never incorrect. Never been incorrect once in his life. First at the motherfucking light. But, I was talking about... What was I talking about? Every fucking time I always forget what I'm talking about. I actually have short-term fucking memory loss. I think I was talking about, if you're, just take some mushrooms, okay? Because when you trip, I was talking about everything's connected, and you just feel just this overwhelming sense of just love. And I strongly believe that is where religion came from. I think that these people, hundreds of thousands of years ago, however long people and even apes, just took these psilocybin mushrooms, hunter-gatherer humans would take these mushrooms and they were following these herds, because they would grow out of the shit that the herds that they were following would leave. And so when there's no food after it rains and these mushrooms would grow out of the shit and you were starving, you would eat as many of them as you can, and you would just trip your fucking balls off. When people today trip, just eat a few of them just to feel it, Imagine filling your fucking stomach on that shit. That shit would be insane. Imagine that happening millions and millions of times to millions and millions of people over thousands and thousands of years. It's called the stoned ape theory. They think that that's might explain the doubling of the size of the human brain in, I think it's 2 million years. And that's the reason that we're so smart and OP and shit in the world and the planet we live type shit. And also there's this thing called the Dead Sea Scrolls I want to talk about, which there's this guy, M340, there's this guy who was on Joe Rogan a couple times, and he read deciphered them, broke them down. Alright, literally ran out of storage on my phone mid-recording, so I'm gonna wrap this up quick, because I don't want that to happen again, because I'm fucking driving, and I don't want to do that shit. So, I was talking about the Dead Sea Scrolls. There's this guy that fucking... literally do not know translated them. Porsche Macan S, new one. That shit looks nice, actually. A lot nicer than I thought. Stay on task. Alright, so he translated them from the old ass language that they were in, and it talked about these people who were, and they called Jesus it's the son of God, but they looked at Jesus as mushrooms, psychedelic mushrooms that would grow out of the ground after it rained. So, I mean, that's something to think about. That's what he said, I think. Paraphrasing hella. So that's something to think about. The oldest text of the Bible that we have now is talking about people eating mushrooms and they're calling that Jesus, definitely something to consider. Again, don't get pissed. I'm not an expert. I'm just fucking making a YouTube video. Some religious people get really pissed when you talk about this shit. But should you believe in religion? I just talked about like mainly Christianity in this video, but I think that your life will be better if you believe that there is a God or gods, whatever you want to believe. If you believe that there is some force in the universe pushing to make your life, like you have a mission in life, like everyone's here for a reason, like if you believe that, and that like everything, I'm thinking so many thoughts right now, just trying to like get them all out. I think that is a better way to live your life than if you're an atheist and you think that there's nothing out there, personally. That's what I think. And honestly, I think that we're in a simulation. But if you look at fucking what, like even the simulation theory that I heard, again, don't remember his name, but dude on Joe Rogan, listen to this podcast, he's a physicist. Talked about him a little in the last video. But yeah, he thinks that we're living in a simulation, and when he broke it down, it just made so much sense. And he said that the point of life is to just like love everybody, because we're all made of the same shit, like we're all made of code. And science says that we're all made of the same shit. And like psychedelics have like this universal love feeling, so like it all like ties together for me. And religion preaches to like love everybody. So like I feel like no matter what you believe, you're on the right track as long as you're not an atheist. Again, no offense to some atheists, but honestly, I feel like I said earlier, just take some mushrooms or some shit. Yeah, I don't want my phone around storage again, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. I think I got all the thoughts I wanted to get out. Yeah, religion, it's cool. Is it real? I don't think so. I think okay, there's a God. I don't think it's like a God that any religion like talks about. Like I don't think that any religion's God is the God. Because how the fuck is every religion gonna have you like hate every other religion? Like if you're a Christian, everyone that's not a Christian like burns in hell for worshiping a false God. But like how the fuck does that's like most people in the world. Like that just totally contradicts like so much of what you say about God. Like God loves everybody and then most people just fucking go to hell. Like what? I don't know if that's exactly what they preach, but that's my understanding of it, and I was a Christian for most of my life. So, and I think that every religion is like that. Again, not an expert, I'm just speaking, but yeah, that doesn't make any fucking sense. There's a God out there, he loves everybody, everybody's made of the same shit, you should love everybody. And I think that's all I gotta say. Yeah, peace.